Hi, gorgeous souls. So, this is a time where it's important you understand the concept of spiritual bypassing. When you understand the whole context of life, we came into life to fulfill certain unfinished business with other souls. And the whole idea of the unfinished business is that we did not treat our relationships with unconditional love. We did not embody these relationships. We did not treat our own selves. We've constantly judged them, criticized them, and were very angry and aggressive towards all of this. And all of these experiences that are negative towards other beings end up becoming our karma and move as imprints when we move on from the physical reality to the non physical reality, which we call the process of death. And then we have to come back to fulfill these unfinished relationships. And the purpose of every single relationship is I will love and receive you unconditionally just the way you are. I'm not going to expect you to be the version of who I expect you to be. And I understand that deep at the soul level, we have a contract that is incomplete, infinite, and I also will embody the truth that whatever shows up in you as your behavior is a reflection to what's inside me that's incomplete. So, what does this mean? All the relationships that show up in our life as karmic group souls are only reflections to what's going on inside us. So, they come here as helpers, as guides, as spiritual gurus to show us our mirror. So if somebody in your life is being aggressive towards you, it's only an indication or a reflection of all the aggression that's inside you and inside your life. So it's very, very important for us to understand this. And rather than blaming them and reflecting back anger at them, it's important we go within and clean that aspect of us and actually be in gratitude to these souls for giving us these experiences, because we are here to learn some spiritual lessons. Spiritual bypassing is a concept where we don't deal with our physical reality and we only end up being overly spiritual, right? Because we are escaping reality. So we don't want to deal with our material world, our physical world, our relationships, and all the challenges. And we go into denial and we only sit and meditate and we deny ourselves of the experiences of the real life, because life and growth is in the playground of life, where you got to deal with anger, you got to deal with poverty consciousness, you got to deal with challenges, you got to deal with troubles, right? Spiritual bypassers are those people who only embody pure positive energy, and they're sitting up there. Up there means in their heads, only meditating all the time, and they're escaping the situations they need to deal with. They pretend that it's all okay, when the truth is, when you look into their lives, none of their relationships are working, their money reality is distorted, and they're living in a very escape mechanism, because that's the only way they know how to cope up. So they embrace this mechanism as a coping mechanism to their reality. My dear friends, remember, the game of cricket cannot be played sitting in the stadium. If you want to win the World Cup and you want to play the game of cricket, you got to be in the field. So life is the field, the playground, and all these relationships that you're escaping, or you're pretending that everything is okay, is only they are your group souls, they are your teammates, they are your cricket team. So play the game well, understand the game well, and sitting in the stadium and just pretending that you're playing the game is not an option, right? We came here to grow our soul from a certain frequency to another frequency, and we can only do that by being more forgiving, being more compassionate, being more loving towards everybody. And if somebody's making a mistake, it's okay. Allow people to make mistakes. We're all human and we're all here to learn from our mistakes. Don't hold people accountable for what they've done in the past. And if somebody did something wrong to you, my dear friends, it's important you understand that this experience came back to you because you have given this experience to somebody in some lifetime. And this concept is called karma. So when you look at karma in the eye and take on full responsibility that this situation has come up because I have created in some timeline, in some dimension in the past, and I'm willing to take complete responsibility now to create a new outcome out of this situation. I'm going to treat this with more love, more kindness, and more spiritual compassion. That is when you end up being a spiritual warrior, and you give up being a spiritual bypasser. We came here to end the war within our hearts. And when we end up finishing this war inside of our hearts, we will end up creating peace on the planet. Every single person's consciousness is impacting the whole consciousness, because we are truly entangled with each other in this divine soup of, or in this divine web of consciousness. When you hurt one person, my dear friends, you are hurting the entire universe. So train yourself to be kind, compassionate, overcome all those aggressive aspects of you when you're rude, when you're judging people, when you are uncompassionate, when you feel that people make mistakes. And trust me, this path is not an easy path, but once you start you get a grip on this aspect of you, which is the God aspect within you. Trust me, it's a beautiful journey within, where you start looking at every single human being as a piece of God. And when somebody behaves a certain way, when somebody does a mistake, or somebody behaves aggressively, negatively, or is fighting or creating conflict, rather than becoming angry with them, you look at them and you have a cute smile on your face, and you tell yourself, here is another piece of God who doesn't even know what they're doing. You send them love, you send them light, and you send them a blessing so that they can wake up to consciousness. Because when you have woken up to light, then it's your job to throw your light on other people so that they can wake up. Because this is the time where we all need to collectively wake up to higher realms, higher vibrational frequencies, to raise the consciousness on the planet. It is only our light that will take away the darkness, my dear friends. So don't be a spiritual bypasser. Go within the dark alleys of your soul. Go within the dark stories of your soul. Face them and transmute them with your love and light. And trust me, there's great love for you on this planet. Learn to embody life, learn to embrace life, and learn to understand this journey. You came here to be a spiritual warrior. So embrace that aspect of you. We are all little pieces of God on this planet on our own journey. Let's learn to look at life with compassion, with a spiritual sight, and let's treat each other with love and wake up consciousness within us.